Shalom, welcome to the Jewish View. My name is Rabbi Nachman Simon with the Chabad House of Delmar, together with my co-host Mark Ronich of Statewide News Service, jbiztechvalley.com, and columnist for the Jewish Press.
And I'm having a lot of fun with all three assignments. And with us today is the head of someone who loves to have fun.
That's right.
The Parks Commissioner for Parks and Recreation Commissioner for the City of Albany, Jonathan Jones. Welcome to the Jewish View.
Thank you.
Maybe
Thank you for having me.
Bring in jogging suits over here and work us out a little bit.
I was
it'd be
surprised
good.
you came in a suit and tie.
Yeah,
I always wear a suit and tie.
Wearing in a
No.
you dress for success. Okay.
Well, you know, fortunately with me, recreation is one department as well as workforce, so I always have to be ready for business.
Oh, really? Okay. Tell us about the workforce part.
Well, that is to get adults and youth who are the ages of 16 to 24 for youth, and then for 24 and above for adults to get them either retrained to increase their career mobility, or at the same time provide some job training skills to get them hired.
And how does that interact or interface with the recreation part? Because a healthy mind and a healthy workplace.
That's right. I look at it as I get the privilege of working with the whole person. So whether that's your health, whether that's your salary, whether that's your family or your youth, I get a chance to work with the whole family on some aspect.
So you see it as as all three complement each
Most
other,
definitely, absolutely.
not a conflict or not something
Absolutely.
like, why did they put workforce in with Parks and Rec?
No, not at all. I see it as a compliment.
Okay, and I wanted to ask you, first of all, you've been in this position for about a year or so? Or
3 years almost.
3 years
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
Oh,
almost
okay.
3 years. Yeah, 3
So-
summers.
There's really so many facilities. Actually, just a
Yes.
little personal story at our camp was for your predecessor. He was a very nice person. And our camp, which is small in Albany,
Okay.
and we needed a swimming pool, so the
Meijer Christie, yes.
Meijer Christie, they let us use it an hour before
Mhm.
it was really open to the public. So
That's
that
great.
was really very nice over here for them.
Absolutely.
You know, they try to work with them, but
Absolutely.
that was my connection to the recreation department
awesome.
over here.
All right, well, we got to bring you back. We're ready. We're ready for you.
I'm in shape.
So does it take someone as young as yourself to really have the energy and the fortitude to do this type of job?
I don't know. I don't know if age is it or it's just energy. You have to be very energetic, and you have to have a passion for the people. At times, it could be a lot to handle, especially between the three departments. But I'm very fortunate. I have a very strong team in each area, and they really support me. So I'm very fortunate with my team.
And you grew up in Syracuse?
I grew up in Syracuse, yes.
And why did you move to Albany?
I came here to go to University of Albany and never left.
Me too. I grew up in Brooklyn. And I
There you
came
go.
here,
Yeah, and I never left.
Okay.
So I do go back to Syracuse quite often, but this has become my home. I own
How
a home
many,
here.
like parks, what are the numbers like? Swimming pools,
Yeah.
I know the Lincoln Pool,
That's right.
we just had Meijer Christie.
That's right.
How many parks, how many pools are you dealing with?
Well, we have around 30 parks, and we have 2 outdoor swimming pools. That's Lincoln Park and Meijer Christie. And then during the school year, we operate Meijers in conjunction with the school district, as well as the Arbor Hill Community Center, which is inside.
So do you think there needs to be more pools or?
I don't know if there needs to be more pools. I think we could do better with the pools we have. Our infrastructure is aging pretty rapidly. With the weather that we've had here, the dry heat and the no rain, it's really done us a
There was
disservice.
problems with the Lincoln Pool.
Yes.
It was dripping, hundreds, tell me the number. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, all right, a few drips or something.
Right. No. There were some cracks in the structure of the pool.
Yeah, for a long time.
And what we did over the past couple of weeks with the sinkholes, we worked with the water department, and we felt that it was better that people had water in their homes to drink than swim. And we kept our spray pads open and our 2 other pools, so it's worked out pretty well.
So it was because of the water issue and the pipes and
Yes.
the pipes breaking and things
Yes.
like that. So
Yes.
it really didn't have to do with chloroform or
No.
whatever.
No,
So-
chlorine or anything like that. No, I mean, Lincoln Park Pool uses about 5% of the water for our city, which is it's a huge pool.
Yeah.
But working with our water department, we just felt it was best that people have water to drink. And we kept our spray
Absolutely.
pads open, so it was a win-win. And I'm glad that come Monday, all of our spray pads will be closed, and we get past the summer season. Look forward
The
for the
Lincoln
future.
Park Pool is open again?
Lincoln Park is not open currently. Meijer Christie is still open until Labor Day.
So they're going
as
to
well as
work
our
on
road.
the leaks? In the
Yeah, we're
Lincoln
going to
Pool?
work on it. It's
So
going to cost
Be a
us a
big
bit.
thing.
But we'll work
Explain
on
this
it.
to me. This is a private campus, Meijer Christie. It's
Sort
a
of, yeah.
private campus.
Yes.
Christian Catholic campus.
Okay, yeah.
So why is the city partnering with the private entity for this pool that I think Monte Cristi put in?
Well, I don't know if Monte Cristi
know.
put it in. I know it's on the Department of Corrections location. It's on their location.
Oh, okay.
But it's historically been a part of the Department of Recreation, and we've just inherited
Just go with it.
And go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been good for us. Our
All right.
lifeguards have been excellent. The community's been excellent as well.
And I asked this of every, you're 33?
I'm going to be 33. I'm 32 currently.
32,
Yes.
wow. And you were, on the Business Review, named you 40 under 40?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
a
Well,
very huge honor.
congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. It was a huge honor.
I'm sure the mayor was very proud of you.
Yes,
right?
yes, she came and supported me, and I was very honored to be nominated this year and to win.
Now, what did you major in at University of Albany?
Undergrad, I majored in sociology. I got my master's in education administration, policy, and law.
So I guess when they say, well, what are you going to do with a sociology degree?
Yeah.
I guess this is
This is it.
this is it.
This is it.
Because you do have to have the right temperament,
Most definitely.
and you have to know the sociological
Yes.
connections to know if something's gone awry or something
Yes.
is going the right direction.
Absolutely. And you have to be able to work with many generations. So
That's right.
sociology paid huge dividends for me on that end.
How
Yeah.
many people are working for the park? I mean, you'd seen with all the parks and the
Yeah.
lifeguards.
Yeah, it changes by season.
I've
We
seen
just
the
got out of our
lifeguards.
busiest season. We had about 75 lifeguards this year, and then we had some operational staff. So it fluctuates, but
Yeah, but keeping the parks going also, does it
Yes.
for janitorial? I mean, you got to
Yeah.
mow the lawn all
yes,
the time.
yes, sir. Yes, we work with Department of General Services, and we collaborate there. So
Now,
he
I
hires
don't
some
want to
staff as
belabor
well.
the pool thing because we got so much to
Yeah,
talk about.
sure.
But Michael Phelps
Yes.
made a startling comment
Right.
after he won all those Olympic medals that
Yeah.
everyone pees in the pool.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I did see that.
So what does that do? I mean, but he says it's no harm because you have
Yeah,
all
chlorine.
the chlorine
Yeah,
disinfectants and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, it's it's one of those things you just kind of deal with, and you just pray that your chlorine pump is working. That's it.
But you do know it happens.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
happened.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a kid. I've done it several times.
Okay.
Yeah, not anymore. I was an
That's
adult.
the only
though.
thing you have in common with Michael Phelps.
Yeah,
I guess,
right. Yeah, you ain't lying.
You've
There you
both
go.
done that.
Yeah.
One of the biggest challenges that you have,
Yeah.
and you could tell us where this is in the process, is skateboard park?
Yes, yes.
Skate park? What is?
Yeah, I see it as a huge opportunity.
Okay.
I really don't see it as a challenge. So for
Well-
years,
Has it been completed yet?
no, it has not been completed.
Well, it's a challenge.
Well,
It
yeah,
was up and
it's an
running.
opportunity to happen, put it like that. But for years, there has been no location for skateboarders,
Right.
no matter their generation, to skate.
Right.
And so our administration
Even
felt it
with
was
all those
best to do it.
obstacles, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
You
yes,
know,
sir.
with like they can.
With a
go up
skateboard,
double or-
yeah, with a ramp, and you could do
Yeah.
all types of fun stuff with that. So we found a location that was underused in Washington Park. It was already pretty much being used for some of that. And so we worked with the community. We came up with a design. The community supported it. And we hope to get rolling very shortly with construction.
You're going to start the construction soon?
Yeah, soon. We don't know how soon. It all depends on the weather. But hopefully by this time next year, we can probably do this in the skate park.
And this was
Yeah.
like 3 years in the planning, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Like when you first came in,
Yes,
this is
sir.
what you wanted because did you
Yes.
see this happen in Syracuse and you thought it was a good idea?
Oh, I saw it happen all over the country.
Right, but
Yeah.
Syracuse in particular?
Syracuse in particular, but we worked with folks from California, from Colorado, and it's going to be great.
So how much money does this type of thing cost and how can we afford it with an $8 million deficit?
Well, fortunately, it costs as much as you want to put in it, right? So what we didn't have to spend a lot of money on was the location. It already has a varying grade, so we don't need to worry about up and down slopes too much. That was a big cost saver. We've also had some partners like the Washington Park Conservancy sponsor some of the funds to put up. And then our generous elected officials at the state level have also supported it. So fortunately, I think we're going to be in a good position to have a park that not only speaks to what the youth want who use it, as
Right.
well as the adults.
And
what the
tell
folks
me,
do.
what's the figure you're looking at, ballpark
Yeah.
figure you're looking at? Is it 50,000? Is it
No.
5,000?
No, a little bit more than that. We're looking at close to $100,000 to $200,000 range.
Wow.
Yeah.
200, up to 200,000.
Yeah.
But there are corporate sponsors, maybe? I mean, sometimes people like putting their names on things.
Yeah, we'll get to that point when we get to the naming rights potentially, but at this point, it's really just working with our partners that I just named.
I mean, you would think naming rights for something like this would be huge.
Yeah, it's
mean,
possible,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, because there's so many
Youth, they want the youth,
Right.
the soda companies. And
Sure.
to connect with
Candy
them.
bars,
And you
yeah.
have
Right.
all these different
Kids,
indoor
yeah.
trampoline parks
Right.
and all this other stuff.
Right,
Maybe
yeah.
there's something.
Once you say Washington
Possible.
Park, is the Playhouse part of your venue? I
No,
mean,
sir.
You don't have to deal with
No,
that.
thank God, no.
Yeah.
No, Owen does a great job with the Park
Yeah,
Playhouse.
Owen Smith, remember
Yes.
we had him on the show.
Yes, he does a
Well,
great
I
job.
just said
Great
maybe it's
partner of
under
ours.
you or
No,
something.
no, no,
You
no, no.
have to, hey, I want Fiddler on the Roof.
No,
Over
no,
here, no,
no.
no.
But Washington Park itself is under your tutelage?
Well, it's in combination with
Right,
the
the
Department of
Conservancy.
General Service.
Right.
And the Conservancy is our partner, and we work with them. Department of Recreation is in charge of the programming that you see. So like yoga in the park, Zumba in the park. And then also we're in charge of the playground equipment and the
Mhm.
basketball courts and tennis courts.
And what about in the tennis courts?
Yes, sir.
So is the skateboard park going in where one of the tennis courts used to be? or
Old tennis court, yeah.
Where
Yep.
the old tennis court
Yes,
used
we'll
to
still
be?
have
So it's
6.
on the Madison Avenue side?
Yes, sir. Mhm.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah, we'll still have 6 tennis courts. We'll still be able to play.
Yeah, yeah.
This is underused. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, but
It's going
I
to be
always
great.
said that,
now,
you
what
talk
the-
about-
I'm sorry, what's healthy about this skateboard park, to
Yes.
point out to the audience, so
Yes.
that we don't think 200 grand is going
No.
away,
Yeah.
it's just being it's being, what is it, Reuskowaffen,
You think
money
it's
thrown out.
thrown out
Sure.
Is that these kids who use the skateboards
Yeah.
are using the bottoms of the statues that we have here
Yes, sir.
and also at the Empire State Plaza,
Right.
they're chipping away at that
Right.
marble
Yes.
because they're using all these other surfaces.
Right.
So this could hopefully constrain them
Yes.
into one.
It's also
area.
quality of
Yes.
life. I mean, you want
Quality of
programs
life.
for the kids also.
Absolutely.
But I always say they used to be the B'nai B'rith apartments a half block away
Yes.
on Hudson.
Yes, sir.
Now it's Parkview Apartments, and people say, well, I try to tell older people, sometimes they get out of their homes, well,
Right.
what am I going to do there? I says, you're half a block away
That's
from
right.
the Washington
Mhm.
Park.
That's right.
Your backyard is,
Yes.
It's like Central Park.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
I always say that there's, we always say thank you for videotaping to the Albany Public Library for being here.
Absolutely.
But the services are really underutilized as far as I'm concerned, talking to people, because I try to help people also.
Right.
Take a walk in the park, it'll be good for you.
Right.
No, I do. I mean, the older people, they
Right.
sit in their homes, take
Sure.
a walk.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful park there, just all the facilities
Right.
that's in the government, they're paying taxes, they're a citizen.
That's right.
Use them out,
That's
like
right.
swimming pool, you can go swimming, you
Yeah.
can go
Right.
walking in the park. But,
Mhm.
that's important, I think, for our viewers, Mark, just to
Yeah.
know that there are these opportunities.
That's
You're
right.
living in a city, make use of them.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, Albany High's pool,
Mhm.
that's not under your,
No, sir.
thank goodness, right?
Yes, sir. You're not lying about that. No, they're great partners. The school districts are great partners. As I
Because-
said, we work together at Meijer, but
Myers,
not.
right. Why
yes.
do you work together with Myers but not with Albany High?
Well, it was something that again I came into. I inherited.
Well, did you ask?
No, I didn't
No.
ask. I just said
You
let's
just
go,
do.
right?
Okay.
I mean, I ask when need be, but other times I like to see what we had and make it work, and the way we can make it work better. And this summer, Myers really stepped up because when
Right.
Lincoln Pool closed, we were able to open up Myers, and that was a great benefit for the
Yeah.
community.
Well, the acting superintendent used to be principal at Myers,
Yes,
so you've
exactly.
got some
Yeah,
connections there.
Exactly.
Behind the scenes. Going back to the skate park, there was an article in the.
You want to
in
go
one of these-
skateboarding, Mark?
in
Is
one
that
of
what's
these-
Yeah.
Because I
trying to push
just found this thing about the Tony Hawk Foundation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Tony Hawk is a big skateboarder,
Yes, he
professional
is.
skateboarder.
Mhm.
So are you going to apply to his foundation?
Yes, we are going to apply to that foundation, and we're excited. Hopefully that they pick us, and it'll be great.
Now, it says to have a decent park, you need roughly $400,000,
That's right. Syracuse, for example, that you mentioned, spent about $400,000.
but you're only going to do half a decent park? Or-
No, it's not. It'd be more than a decent park because, as I mentioned, the
Oh, you got the
grade,
grounding.
right,
Okay,
of
you
the
got the
location is
foundation
perfect.
already.
So
Okay.
we were very fortunate in that.
All right, so you have other things going on that
Yes.
you're in charge of in terms of the rowing center?
No, I'm not in
No.
charge of that. No, we partner.
Okay.
Um,
Running exchange, dodgeball league? No,
no,
that's
no,
not
none
under
of
you
that,
either.
no.
Okay.
No.
The
Those are
youth
links on your
programs, aren't
website.
you?
Yes,
Youth
the summer youth
programs.
employment program, that was huge. We won a national
Oh.
award last year.
Really?
Yes, we did. We won a national award from the U.S. Conference of Mayors for that program. And we had about 1,000 young people in it this year, and it was excellent, something I'm very proud of.
What's your salary?
Oh, Lord. $99,713 to the penny.
Wow.
Can give you a little more to
Yeah.
round that up.
No, that's phenomenal for someone who's 32, not yet, you know, it's really great.
I work
Well,
for
look
it.
at look at the responsibility.
I know, it's
No,
wonderful.
but I'm very fortunate. Again, Mayor Sheehan, she saw some of the work I did at the state, and
Yeah.
she asked me to join her team. And I work with a great group of people, and I'm very fortunate.
And where'd you work in the state?
I was at the Title I, which is in the State Education Department.
And Title I is?
Title I is the largest federal issuer of monies from the federal government.
Right, but we know Title IX has
That's
to
right.
do with women in sports.
Right.
What's Title I have?
Title I has to do with low income and low performing schools. So school districts that are low performing and towards, of course, of the academics, Title I funds programs to get them up to par.
And how long were you at State Ed?
I was there about 8.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you went through a couple of commissioners in the
I
meantime,
did
didn't you?
go through a few commissioners. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What profession would you like to try in your next life?
They-
No, he's got the answer here.
Astronaut.
Yeah, that's what you
You
said.
know, I'm really fascinated with science. I'm really fascinated with how big the world is and how vast there is to the world. And I think that would be something interesting.
Well, the reason I asked you that is because way back in the 80s, there was a...
You want to be an astronaut.
there
There
was
you
a-
go.
Yeah.
There was an application that I filled out
Really?
to
Wow.
be
I was just joking.
first journalist in space.
Wow.
And I had
Really?
Mario Cuomo, Al D'Amato, and Joe Riley, head of the state broadcasters, write recommendations.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that was something that I really
You
wanted
still
to
didn't
do.
go over
But-
there.
Well,
Yeah.
then the space shuttle exploded and they
Yeah.
dismantled the
Whole program.
Citizen in Space program. yeah.
Okay.
That's a whole different
So,
story. They
but I
really don't
applied,
do
you
enough.
know,
That's huge.
So I had that inkling way back when.
Journalists
your
in
age,
space.
yeah.
Wow.
First journalist in
Cool.
space. So you could be the first parks commissioner.
Yeah.
So that was one of
Make
my
a park
things.
on the moon.
There
over
you
here.
go. Why not? Why
So
not?
what's your
Either
favorite
way.
thing to do in the Capital District?
Besides spend time at home with my family or fishing, wow, in the Capital District, you know, the one thing that the Capital District really has a lot of is walkable places.
Yes.
I love to walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I find keeps me grounded. And so
Right.
I would just say walk to different neighborhoods and see the different,
6 Mile Park?
opportunities. 6 Mile Park, I
That's
love
right.
it. Been doing it since Albany days. I love it.
And biking and
Biking, love it.
You like hiking and
I like hiking, not as much as biking, but I like
you
hiking.
go up to Thatcher Park?
I do, yeah, I do. I like those trails a
We'll have
lot.
to do that. Indian Ladder
Yeah.
Trail.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
And what does the Capital Region need most?
I think a fast rail system.
Okay.
I mentioned this before. With the connectivity with New York, with Boston, with Syracuse, with even Buffalo now, I think if there was a way we can get to New York City in 30 minutes, I think it would open up the Capital District.
Say that again?
Yeah, we can get to New York City in 30 minutes or less. I think that would open up the Capital District a great
Yeah,
deal.
that's like, you really do want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
That's like really flying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Well, it depends. They
30
have
minutes.
these trains for 150 miles an
That's
hour.
right.
They
Absolutely.
have these. They
Yeah.
have trains.
Yeah,
to
you
do
go
it.
to Europe, it's happening. You go to
Yeah, I
Japan, China.
150 miles in a half hour?
You could.
Okay.
Yeah. Up and down
They
the Hudson.
do it.
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
it.
Gotta
you'd
think
be like,
big, Mark.
you know,
Yeah, you wouldn't feel a thing. It'd be
You
like a
wouldn't
cruise. It'd be like a
not
cruise ship.
until not until the train stops.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, right. There you
really
go.
feel wobbly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, what's the budget of your department?
Yeah, so recreation is close to about $2 million. And then federal funds, the same is about youth and workforce, which is combined. Youth and workforce is all federal and state dollars. It's not on the city budget.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the amount of money that's from the city is 2 million.
Yeah,
And
about
from the federal dollars is how much?
about 2 million. Yeah.
2 million.
Yeah,
So
fluctuates
it's a $4
every
million
year.
budget that you're managing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nothing.
It's not what?
I mean, at State Ed, you think about it in terms of Title I dollars. Title I was $3 billion. I had $350 million of that over the course of my career. So it's not necessarily the money, the amount of money. It's what we do with the money we have, and that's what I'm trying to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And can you do more with less?
Yes, I've proven that. I believe I mean, we've proven that. I mean, our mayor inherited a huge deficit, and she's been able, in my opinion, to do some things that I don't know if more money would solve it, but creativity has found some solutions that we've been able to get done.
What's your proudest moment in the past 3 years as commissioner?
Proudest moment would probably be winning the national award for the Summer Youth Employment Program. That's a program that I truly believe in. It's something that I didn't have the benefit of as a youth, to be paid for my work experience, but I think that's my proudest moment. And not just for me to receive the award, because it wasn't a single person reward. It was for our city to be recognized on a national level, and that was huge.
And what year was that?
That was this year. We won. Yes, sir. We won this year.
And did anyone know?
Yeah, hopefully everyone knows about it. Hopefully, yeah.
Now they're on the Jewish.
Now you know. Yeah, if you're on the Jewish, you know. Yes, sir. We won.
But I mean, I didn't see headlines in the Times Union. I didn't see.
Yeah.
I didn't see lead stories on the TV stations.
There was a press release that went out from the mayor's office. I know that for a fact. But you know, the news. You know, luckily the Jewish View has me on, so I can speak about it to you.
Now you're being publicized.
So, what do you see as coming up in your next opportunity or challenge?
Yeah.
Any word you want to use?
Well, the skate park is one.
Right.
The others is revitalizing some of our playground structures. We've put out a 5-year capital plan that would touch almost every park system that we have in the city of Albany. That's one piece. Creating a opportunity to work with some of the business sectors to create some type of pipeline to get folks involved in. Those are the big things that I'm trying to work on now.
Mm-hmm. And how successful? I mean, do you have to work with the city council?
Yes,
common
most
council.
definitely. Yes.
And who's in charge of that committee that you would have to interface with most?
Probably there is a Park and Recreations Committee. That's chairwoman is Honorable Vivian Cornegay. Honorable Kathy Fahey. But I've worked with all of them. I have a good relationship and rapport with all of them, so I see my job working with each and every one of them.
What's the 1609 challenge about?
The 1609 challenge was something that we did really to just gain energy around the summer. So it was with our camps and clinics. 1609 is a special year here in Albany. It was the year that most people call it a founding of Albany, although the Algonquins were already here. It was the year that Albany was pretty much put on the map after we were chartered and later on, about 80 years later. But it's a year that we found special here with Henry Hudson.
It's the year Henry Hudson came up.
That's right.
The river that's now named for him.
That's right.
And
that's
founded Albany. You know, or was it Fort Arn, New Amsterdam, Beverwyck, whatever.
That's right.
You know.
You got it. That's it. So for us, it was just special because we wanted to draw back to our history, and our roots were being navigators. And the point was, the catch line was, find your new frontier in fitness. And that's what we hope people do.
Do you integrate virtual reality or any of these games that you use on your phone to keep the young folks interested in getting around the city and utilizing?
Not yet. We don't have the money for that yet, right? But we're getting there. We're getting there.
I would think it's not that costly. It's, you know.
Yeah, technology is very costly. You have to have the software and the equipment.
I was always told that if you want someone to build a website, they should be under 12 years old.
Well, you know what? Nowadays, you think about the speed of technology. That's probably a good thing. We did have a coding camp through the Youth and Workforce Services Department, and we taught some young kids how to code. And that was a 12-week program, so maybe we can hire some of them.
But you know what I'm thinking? You know, one of the two things I was thinking of youth.
Interns, right, there you go.
Youth was just that sometimes they're always, I mean, I talked to a few people about this in the past, you know, that there's no baseball and basketball, but, you know, then when people get older, which is segue to where I was, you know, the older people, you know, you think of youth, which I know is very important. I agree with that. Keep them busy. Again, energetic sports teaches them a lot. How to lose properly, you know. Some kids just don't know how to, you know, all right, you'll lose, tomorrow's another day.
That's
you know,
right.
Just keep on rolling. But, you know, that, again, and I've seen that a lot because the older people, they just don't exercise. And says, oh, I played baseball when I was a kid. Well, who's going to play baseball when you're 40? You know, I mean, I know there are, but still, it's, you know, I mean, even golf will kind of exercise that. I shouldn't say that to the golfers. But, you know, they're just walking around in the golf cart.
Sure.
But I just think that kind of exercises for senior citizens. I mean, you emphasize that also.
Yes.
Because
Yes, we
as they
do.
say, obesity is so.
It's huge in Albany,
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what I'm saying. These people have to get out there.
That wasn't a pun, that was a bad pun.
No pun intended. But
That was
the thing
obesity
with
huge. I mean,
huge, right? The thing with I started out as a senior instructor, right? I started out at working with seniors.
Oh, really?
So we have a senior exercise, which is out of St. Sophia's, right there on Whitehall Road that we do 2 times a week. That's a continuous program. As well as in the summer, we do yoga and Zumba. Those are for adults.
Right.
Try to keep people active.
And what's this 15 Love Tennis,
Yes.
and Black Watch Premier Soccer Club,
Yes,
baseball camp, golf camp,
Yeah.
swim classes, lacrosse camp,
right.
running club, hiking club?
Those were all the things that we've offered over the past 3 years for summer camps and clinics in Albany. 15 Love is a great partner of ours. Black Watch sponsored the soccer camp for 3 years in a row, which is huge.
And what is Black Watch? I mean, is that
Black Watch
something
is a
in the
team.
minority community?
No.
or
Black Watch is a
no,
team.
okay.
It's a
That's what
team.
I'm asking. I
No,
don't know.
it's a team. I believe they're
got a
sponsored by
Black Watch
Nike.
on, I
This
know.
is true. This is true. This actually counts my steps and all of that. So I'm staying fit right here.
Okay, very good.
But yeah, those are just entities that we had over the summer to work with, as well as programs that we offered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you play soccer? Have you played soccer?
I've played. I'm not a player. I was a track and field athlete. I played every sport other than cricket, which we just learned. We had the Cricket League come and do our All Olympics last week, so I'm excited about getting in that. And I can say I did almost everything.
Well, in track and field or whatever.
And
yeah.
track it, yeah.
So were you so you said you were a runner or
I was a jumper. I did the
Jumper.
long jump, triple jump, and high jump at U Albany.
and you all? Okay.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
And when you saw the Olympics, did you like envision that this could be you? or-
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
What was your furthest jump?
When aided was 25 feet, but on record 24 feet 3 inches and 7 1/4.
Oh wow, that's good jump. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So how
very
far?
fortunate.
So do you have kids or?
I do have a daughter. Yes.
You have a daughter. Because I
Yes.
see you got a wedding band. so
Yes,
I know that
indeed.
you're
I'm married to a track athlete who was far better than I. Yeah, we're actually rivals in college.
Oh, were you really?
Yes, we were.
Good. Wow.
Yeah.
So do you get involved with the Alumni Association?
I do. I support the track and field team. I support the EOP. I support everything that I was a part of.
But you
It
go
helps
to
me.
the alumni homecomings and all that?
I go to homecomings when I can. They usually fall on a weekend when I'm out. This year, I'll be here in October. But I like to support you. Albany's been great to me, so huge.
Really?
Yes,
And,
without question.
in sociology, did you ever have a Professor Higgins?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Oh, man.
I
okay.
did.
I had him also.
I did. I
Okay,
did.
we'll have to talk about that.
Okay,
later.
all right.
What did
He was good to me.
Fun story about that.
He was
Okay.
good to
He
me.
was good
so-
to you?
Yeah, he was good to
Okay.
me. He was good to me.
All right. So what about this tobacco-free zone signage
Yes.
around
Yeah.
City Hall and
Yeah.
parks? And
Yes.
tell us about that.
Well, it's something that we're working on to just try to make the park safer, right? Our lungs are very vulnerable to all types of things, and you don't want to impede on someone's space because you have, something going on in your situation. So if we can keep it away from the parks, that's what we're trying to do with the signage.
If you keep
Cigarettes away, cigarette smoke and tobacco smoke away from the parks. That's what we're trying to do with our parks. There's areas outside of the parks where you can smoke if need be, but we want our parks to be safe places, not only from crime, but at the same time, just smoking.
and I
things like
noticed dogs are not allowed.
that. It's not that they're not allowed. We just want to keep them on a leash and make sure that they're doing the right thing.
Oh, so we can have
Yeah, you can have dogs.
pets leashed and walk into Washington Park and all that?
Yep. According to city code, Hoffman Park, you can have your dog off the leash according to city code, but right now we're working on our signage to make sure everything is clear about our
And
rules.
does the city have a dog park at all?
Yes, we have several dog parks.
You do?
Yes.
Where? I don't
There-
see them on your website at all.
Yeah, it's out of DGS,
You
but
don't
we
have-
there's one right next to DGS headquarters, off
goes
of Erie
down there?
Boulevard.
Who
Right, yeah, it's
goes-
huge. It's a beautiful dog
Yeah,
park.
well, no one else wants to
There's
go down
one
there,
on
so-
Timbrook Street,
Yeah.
next to St. Joseph's Church.
Okay.
There's one Normanskill Farm as well,
Norman Skill.
Normanskill Farm,
where's,
which is off of New Scotland if you go near the golf course,
Yeah.
right behind there.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a few golf
And
golf courses.
you said it's run through DGS?
Yeah, DGS
Why
manages
is
that. I have
run
no
through
idea.
parks?
I have no idea.
Again, you didn't ask.
No,
You
I
just
didn't.
accepted it.
I said, you know what? One less thing to worry about. I'm good with that.
He's a newsman. He's got to do the
Of
asking
course.
over
Yeah,
here. That's his
right,
job
right,
over
right,
there.
All right,
right.
well, this has been a lot of
All right,
fun,
then.
so
Yes,
you know,
We just
thank
out
you
of
for
time.
taking the time.
Next time we'll bring our gym clothes and we'll
We'll do a
run
workout.
us around.
Absolutely, without
All right.
question. That would be
Thanks
great.
a lot. You're doing great things.
Thank
Because
you so much.
My father always said, he says, I got a doctor for the soul, and I got another. You're the doctor for the body.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
you.
Continued success.
Thank you so much.